YouTube. Yeah. Whew, wow. All right, we are live on YouTube, and I hope you can hear me. It is extremely windy out here today. 40 plus mile an hour wind, gusts over 50. Yeah, I mean, I'll just show you. If I can switch cameras here. The palm trees and all the trees are a-blowing today, I'll tell you that. Whoo, man. I mean, I can literally feel the wind pushing me. You're coming at me. I'm going against the wind right now. Oh, man. This is some of the strongest winds I've seen out here. This is going to put this dead cat windscreen in my face to the test, I'll tell you that. Oh, my God. Give me a second, folks. I'm going to have to hold up the mic right now, because, whoa, man. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. This is going to be a hell of a workout, I'll tell you that. Everyone's getting off work a little early. Lots of cars coming home and going to start off their weekend. I'll just show you how windy it is. Look at the water. Wow. Let me just show you the water right here. I mean, that's like high tide. Whoo, man. Even the water's moving. There's a little duck right there. Yeah. You're going to be riding the waves, huh, brother? Man. Anyway, we still have a show to run, a walk to do. This is also the trail where I get cut off multiple times. Hey, we're going to find a way to make it, right? Because we're fighters, right? We're fighters in a good way. Wow. This piece of metal was blown off? No way. Wow. Look at this sticker here. Biden's laptop matters. BLM. Biden's laptop matters. I gotta tell you, we have some really, really strange and sick people in this world nowadays that just don't believe in peace, unity, and harmony, right? I just don't get the things that people say or do nowadays. Why can't we all just get along, right? Anyway, a couple of, like 3 guys just came off the trail. They're wearing some heavy jackets. I'm layered up. It's normal. If not, I mean, I'd be freezing my ass right now. But yeah, look at that. I mean, that'll give you a good idea of how freaking windy it is. Man. Wow. It is Friday. I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope you have some great plans. My lady's working, so I'm going to be working too, doing some more walks and hopefully some other content. I'm actually feeling pretty good today. Man. Whew, man. Have a great topic here for you folks, and I want to get your weekend going on the right foot. You know, I really want to motivate you folks and inspire you folks to truly become the best version or versions of yourselves you can be. Because that's what it's all about. It's about becoming the best version of yourself you can be. And it all starts, like I always say, by loving yourself. Because if you don't love yourself and love who you are, how do you expect anyone else to want to be around you and love you? I keep trying to tell people that, right? If you have a shit attitude and you treat other people poorly, how do you expect the people that you want to be around you to want to be around you, right? I'm literally getting blown. Jesus Christ, man. Woo! Oh my God. Let me turn around a second where the wind is, where I can block the wind. Got 10 people in the box, 3 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. So much wind. Yes, that is true. So much wind. That is true. Whew. Who is that? That's Gamer Babe. I can barely even see my screen. There's a lot of wind. Oh. Well, goodness gracious, man. I'll tell you, we're gonna we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. We always do. We find a way. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Kind of like that Billy Ocean song from the 80s, right? So yeah, I'm here today because I want you folks to get into the best mood possible so you can have the most amazing weekend possible regardless of what you're doing and who you're doing it with. And you can come back on Monday and tell me how much more amazing your weekend was than it typically are. Oh my gosh. This is literally the strongest wind I've ever seen out here on this trail. I've lived out here all my life. And you've got this really tiny lady that just ran past me. I mean, that lady must weigh like 90 pounds. I'm 175 pounds or so, and I'm literally getting blown away. Here's the thing, I got this selfie stick and camera that I'm holding up too, so that's pushing towards me, so it's a little bit more difficult for me to walk the trail, you know, holding this selfie stick and microphone and walking it, but anyway. Besides that, it's a beautiful day. I'll tell you that. It's a beautiful day. Please smash the thumbs up. Please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications. I'm going to be curious to see how this sounds on the replay. Typically, this windscreen does a pretty good job, even at high wind. I'm sure you'll hear some crackles every now and then. If I took this thing off, it'd probably knock me off the air. That's how horrible it would sound. You know, folks, I know most of you out there are good people and you're trying to find your way. You're trying to figure out your purpose, right? You're trying to, you know, make life as great as possible for yourself, right? And in our lives, we've all encountered many people. And we've had many friends, acquaintances, dating relationships. We've made friends with our co-workers, right? And in our lives, we've all had people that have come and gone from our lives, right? People come and go from our lives, right? And it really sucks when people all of a sudden decide to not be your friend anymore, or walk away. Whether it's a relationship, friendship, an acquaintance, or whatever, right? Sometimes family members will step away from certain family members for a while, right? But what a lot of people don't realize is that people walk away for many various reasons. And typically the reasons why people walk away is because, one of the reasons is because they perceive you to be better than them, and they're jealous of who you are, and your positive outlook is something they're not ready for. It's either that, or it's the complete opposite, of where people will walk away from you because you're a drama king or queen. Let's think about men that are drama kings, drama queens, because it's a feminine thing, right? So you're a drama queen, and maybe you're a substance abuser or an alcohol abuser, or you're just someone that's done other bad things, too many to mention, right? And good people don't want to be around that, so they'll withdraw because they don't want to associate themselves with any negativity. Oh, I've got to hold my hat and my microphone. God, man. Wow. And that's what we're going to be talking about here today. So let's just go ahead and get right to it, because I'll probably get cut off when I hit the corner coming up here. That's typically where I get cut off. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose Live Edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail, the SF Bay Trail here in beautiful, yet very windy Redwood City, California. Very windy today. This is episode number 239. Episode number 239, and the topic is, holy Moses. The topic is, I'm trying to even read this here. People come and go from your life, and it is for the better. Learn from it. People come and go from your life, and it is for the better. Learn from it. So like I said a little bit ago, people are going to come in and out of your life. They're going to come into your life when it's most beneficial for them to be friends with you or to be associated with you in any way, shape, or form. And they're going to walk away when it's the least beneficial or not beneficial at all. And it hurts, because if you have a real true friend, real true friends never walk away from real true friends. They are there through thick and thin. But in today's modern world, very dismissive modern world we have, which in my opinion, like I've said before, I'll say it again, stems from social media and smartphones, where we are connected 24/7, regardless of where we're at. Even when we're in our cars, we're connected, right? And there's just so much going on that we become a very dismissive culture, even with our closest friends, family members, etc. Good afternoon, Eli. Hey, Lewis, can you hear me? It is extremely windy out here. Can you hear me? I'm probably going to get cut off in a second. I'm about to hit the spot where I typically get cut off. But Lewis, it is like, winds are like 40 plus miles an hour with gusts of 50 and 60. I hope you can hear me, brother. I mean, it's one hell of a workout when you're going against such strong wind. That's great for exercise benefit, man. But for these live shows, it's not the greatest thing. You know what I mean? So I hope you're doing well, brother. Hopefully your Friday's going well, and hopefully you've got a great weekend planned, man. I'm about to hit the spot. If I get cut off, folks, I'll be right back. If I don't hold this microphone here, it'll just rip off. The little holder of it is pretty strong, but I mean the wind is so strong it'll just tear it right off. Whew, man. You are buffering, but I think it's my end. Probably not, Lewis. Probably get cut off. This is the spot I usually get cut off at. But let's see. Let's see what happens, man. Just gave you a like. Thank you so much, Lewis. Folks, the one thing you don't want to allow anyone to do and to decide to part ways out of your life for whatever reason is let that bring you down. Let that get to you. I am layered up and I'm beginning to feel even cold. I mean, this is really, one hell of a workout here today. God. Don't let people that decide to part ways out of your life for whatever reason, whether it's a business partner, whether you have a group of people that are supporting your YouTube channel and they decide to go, they decide to part ways, whether it's a relationship, if your man decides to part ways or you decide, if your lady decides to part ways with you guys, if family members decide to take some time away from you because you're going through something and they want to give you space, right? And they don't want to see you self-destruct, don't let that get to you. No matter what, don't let that get to you because it's going to prevent you from continuing to move forward and bettering yourselves or yourself. The majority of people in life give up on whatever they're trying to accomplish because of people deciding to walk away from them, right? And that's why as I've gotten older, and this is what I try to help everybody understand, especially nowadays in this modern world, that if you're not okay being alone, you're not going to survive in this modern world. And if you learn to be okay being alone, it's not going to bother you when people walk away from you. And quite frankly, if you're truly okay being alone and spending alone time, like I spend a lot of alone time, and I love my alone time, right? When you're truly okay being alone and spending alone time, that's when people want to hang out with you the most because you're not putting any pressure on them, you're not coming off needy, you're not coming off insecure. You're just a cool, calm, and collective person that's easy to get along with. And that's what people want nowadays. People want to hang around people and associate with people that are easygoing and easy to get along with. Okay, I'm back in the stream. I had to pull the repeater out of the wall and plug it back in. Lewis, are you able to hear me okay? Can you let me know how's the sound? I know it's very windy and every so often it might sound a little off, but can you at least hear me for the most part? Let me know, brother. Now this is as I get further into the trail, the wind is a little bit less, and then coming back the wind will be pushing my back, so it won't be as bad on the way back. It's just the way in. Whew, I'm gonna get a double workout today. It sounds okay. You sound a little choppy though. Well, Lewis, of course I'm going to sound a little choppy. I've got 50 mile an hour wind coming into my face. If it wasn't for this this furry ball, this windscreen, you wouldn't be able to hear me at all, Lewis. It'd be horrible. Lewis says, what are you laughing at, Lewis? I'm just curious to know, brother. What are you laughing at, man? Folks, you really, really, truly need to learn to be happy being alone. More so nowadays than ever, because people in this modern world are more selfish and inconsiderate than any other period in the history of time. And again, I believe that to be due to the fact that we have social media and these smartphones now, and we're so connected. Instagram, Facebook, right? YouTube, Twitter, right? And too many others to mention, right? Everyone's trying to build a following and monetize it and become the next famous YouTuber or social media, star or self-employed entrepreneur, successful self-employed entrepreneur. Everyone's trying to become the next latest and greatest thing. And what people are doing nowadays is they're pretending to be your friend to try to grow a bigger audience. When you see a lot of these, let's take ladies for example, when you see a lot of these ladies that have huge followings on Instagram, right? And Twitter and whatever, right? Do you really think that those are all true followers and true friends? Or those are just people that she can sell things to, right? That's the world we live in nowadays. We live in a very dismissive world. We live in a world where people are using people, right? Because here's the thing, the name of the game nowadays to be profitable is the more of an audience you have, the more valuable you are to advertisements, right? So the more audience you have, the more people that you can sell to, or people can put ads and it can be monetized. So it's become a very, very superficial world. And the problem with that is it takes so much time and work to keep that going that it affects people in real life, I mean. And I'm here to tell you folks today, you can't let it affect your real life. You got to be who you really are. And quite frankly, I feel people should be who they really are in real life online too, but it's not what most people do because they can't monetize being themselves. So most people have to monetize being something that they're really not, right? This is unbelievable today, I'll tell you that. Oh my God. I probably shouldn't have come out here. This is a hell of a workout today. And it is really freaking cold. I mean, the wind chill is really freaking cold. Whew! Oh my God, that was a huge gust. A huge gust was like 60 miles an hour. I could feel it. It literally almost pushed me on the side of the freaking trail. I felt my selfie stick jerk off there. That doesn't sound right. Jerk to the side, That wasn't as it sounded, folks. I've been fortunate to not have been cut off yet. Man. Wow. Let's give me a second. This is insanity. My God. Oh my God. Just a second, folks. I mean, it's the wind's gotten worse. I'll be all right. Like when I turn the corner, maybe let's change direction. It'll be a little bit easier to do this. Bear with me here, folks. Bear with me. Like I've said before in the past, I've had to remove several people from my life, starting in my early 30s when I realized some of the friends I was hanging out with, were just not the type of people I wanted to be around anymore. Their attitudes changed, the way they were treating women, the way they were just treating people in general, and their great level of selfishness is something that I just couldn't tolerate and didn't want to be a part of. And so, as sad as it was to get rid of some friends that I was friends with for 16 years, and as hard as it was, I had to do it for my sanity and the better good of my future. And that's the way you want to look at it, folks. Your sanity and the better good of your future is more important than just keeping people around that are weighing you down, that are not the type of people that make you happy, right? Or make you feel good to be around. And as I got older, I got better at filtering people out that I was getting to know. So I ended up making friends with people that were more like-minded, mature, respectful, reasonable, and down-to-earth people, and people that are not selfish. Now, to a certain extent, everybody, is going to be a little bit selfish to a certain extent. That's normal. But, the people I'm talking about are the ones that are, far above and beyond a normal and reasonable level of selfishness. You have to have self-love in order to, make anything happen in life. But some of the people I used to hang out with were so in love with themselves and made it all about them that they never cared about what anyone else wanted or what anyone else thought, right? Give me a second here, folks. Just had to take a break for a second. Now, folks, just to give you an idea, I've probably walked a little over a mile already, right? Maybe a mile and a quarter. And I'm literally walking against 40 to 50 mile an hour wind, right? Holding all this equipment up, right? Selfie stick and camera on my right hand, holding my microphone on my left hand, walking and talking. This is quite a chore right now, I'll tell you that. You need a lot of energy to do this, and I've got the energy, but let me tell you, I'm running on fumes right now, I'll tell you that. I'm looking forward to taking a little break at the end of the trail, and, well, this side of the trail where the observation deck is at, but anyway. 8 people here, 3 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. Please smash the thumbs up. Please like this stream, whether you're here live or on the replay. Please share it out. If you have a community tab, share it out. Share it out on Facebook, on your timeline, in the group pages. If you're a part of group pages on Facebook, share it out on Facebook group pages, Facebook Messenger. If you have any groups there, or You know people that would get benefit from it. Share it out on LinkedIn. Share it out on Instagram. Tweet it out on Twitter. Share it on Discord, Reddit, wherever. I would really appreciate your help, folks. I'm really trying to reach the right audience that would really, truly benefit from my content. There are many, many people out here on this platform on YouTube that I know will benefit, can benefit, and will benefit from this content. I just haven't reached them yet. I need your help to reach them, because you, the people that love this content, are going to be typically connected with people like-minded that love it as well. So I would really appreciate your help on that. And if there's anything I can do for you and you want to email me, I'd be happy to share you out. I've got a pretty good social media network where I can share things out and help you as well. So you got to learn to let people go. And it's not easy because you get emotionally attached, right? And for many of us, we've been doing things with certain people for so many years. We get used to it. It becomes a habit, right? But then we start to realize that what we've been doing is not really benefiting us the most. It's benefiting our friends, right? And maybe you have some friends, that, maybe stuck in a rut, or maybe pretty content with the job they have or the lifestyle they're living, and they don't want to better their lives. But if you want to better your life, unfortunately, hanging around people that don't want to better their lives and they're content and they're just, happy with where they're at and they're not striving to become better. If you want to become better, you got to rise above those people and move forward. Sometimes you have to remove people from your life that you don't really want to get where you really want to get to. And that's another reason why people come and go from your life, right? And sometimes when you remove people like that from your life and you focus on yourself and you better yourself, right? And then these people continue to keep up with you through social media or other friends that have seen your change, right? Sometimes it may motivate them to start turning their life around, and who knows what happens down the road. You might reconvene at some point and have a reunion. You never know. But the number one thing that really affects people from accomplishing whatever they want to accomplish in life is the people they associate with. And we need people to move ahead in life. We need friends to talk with. We need friends and other people to grow our businesses, right? Yes, we do need people, so you don't want to burn a bridge unless you absolutely have to. And I'm not even saying burn a bridge when, if you have to walk away from somebody for a while, right? You always want to leave the option open. I'll always approach it this way, right? Without burning a bridge. Look, we have a little bit of a difference in what we're trying to accomplish right now. And, I need to focus more on what's working for me, and you need to focus more on what's working for you. And and because of that, we're clashing in what our goals are, right? So, unfortunately, I'm going to step away from our friendship for a little while and let you do your thing. But maybe down the road, we can reconnect at a better time, right? And, if the other person that you're saying that to is mature and reasonable and a good person and in a good place emotionally and mentally, they're going to understand it and say, I get it, man. I get it, right? Wow, it's hard to hold a selfie stick. Like, my hand is like really, really tired because there's so much pressure from the wind. It's harder to hold it up. So somebody that's mature is going to be able to handle it the right way. Most of the time, you're probably going to get someone that, you know, is not as emotionally strong as you, or may have some other issues mentally and emotionally, and they're going to be really, really hurt by it, and they're going to try to fight it. Dude, you don't want to be my friend anymore? You don't want to be my friend? No, it's not that. It's not that I don't want to be your friend. It's just that we have different goals right now. Our goals and values are not aligning. And it's not fair to you or myself to continue spending time together and wasting each other's time. We need to give each other some space so we can, accomplish what we're trying to accomplish. And maybe down the road, once all is said and done, maybe we can reconvene at that time. That's the right way to handle it. You want to leave your options open, folks. You never want to burn a bridge unless you absolutely have to, right? Now, have I burned a few bridges in my life? Yes. But the bridges that I burned in my life were bridges I never wanted rebuilt, or were bridges that I never wanted to cross again. I mean, that's a better way to put it. The only bridges you want to burn are bridges that you are certain 100% that you never, ever, ever want to cross again, right? Now, interestingly enough here, the way dating is nowadays in this modern world, a lot of women out there are burning a lot of bridges to try to get what they want, right? I'm going to give you an example before I get to the observation deck. And the wind has died down a little bit, at least for the time being. Like I've said before in the past, a lot of women in their 20s will have fun in college. They won't settle down, or they're trying to settle down with the Chads and Tyrones that only want to sleep with them, right? And what happens? What happens? The guys that would treat them right, the non-Chads and Tyrones, which are the 9s and 10s on a scale 1 to 10, the non-Chads and Tyrones, maybe these guys are a 7 or 8 on the attraction scale. They're still pretty cute, decent looking, and they're good guys. They're nice guys, good guys, right? These women don't give the time of day to, right? So in essence, these women are burning their bridges with the guys that they're going to need or want down the road. So what happens in their 20s, women will ride the carousel. You know what kind of carousel that is, right? And they try to lock down the Chads and Tyrones, and when that doesn't happen, and now they're in their early 30s and their biological clock starts ticking, and the guy, let's say a couple guys that were still decent looking, like I said a second ago, a 7 or an 8, those guys during that time got their shit together, started working out more. Now those good guys, they're more built, they're in better shape, they have more confidence, they're making good money, and they look like a Chad or Tyrone, but they have a better attitude than the Chads and Tyrones, right? And now the woman that burned that bridge and couldn't even see that guy's existence in her 20s, now she's trying to get with that guy in their early 30s. And guess what those guys are doing? They're saying, hey, F you. You had your opportunity, right? You had your chance with me in your 20s. Why are you coming to me now? Because I got into even better shape, I'm more built, I look like the guy you want me to look like, but now I've got the money and I'm a good dude. You see, women in their 20s don't even realize how many bridges they're burning nowadays because of the way society is, because of social media and dating apps and the beta males that are validating all these women, giving women an abundance of options, right? And women are just having fun with those options, Yet they're still trying to also lock down the top tier Chads and Tyrones that don't want them. But the guys that they end up wanting were the guys they were dismissing 5 to 10 years prior. And that's why nowadays, if you go on the TikTok and YouTube and Reddit and all that, you see these women in their 30s and 40s and 50s that are complaining, where have all the good men gone? Right? They were there. You just didn't want them when they wanted you. Right? And now you want them because they focused on bettering themselves in their 20s instead of doing what you're doing right in the carousel, right? Right? It's a hard pill to swallow, right? And women don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Women do not want to hear that, but it's the truth. Because women that have been liberated, they want to have so much fun nowadays. Hey, Sweet Pea 1985, how are you doing? Hello, the party channel. If there's one thing I've learned, Coach, it is that you will never be able to lose the one that's right for you. I would never say never, Sweet Pea 1985. Nothing is guaranteed in life. You know, like the woman I'm with right now is an amazing woman. She's very loyal, very faithful, very loving and giving, despite the fact that, and she does okay. She makes okay money. She's not the richest woman in the world, right? But she's the kind of woman, and she's done this before, she'll spend her last dime to get me a nice Under Armour shirt or something like that, right? And it makes me feel guilty because I know her situation, and I accept her for who she is, right? Now that's a loyal, faithful, loving woman. I mean, no complaints, right? I'm very grateful and thankful for her, right? And I'm sure she feels the same way for me, humbly speaking, right? But you never know. People can change. I'm not saying she's going to change. And I'm not saying I'm going to change. But see, you never know. Nothing is a guarantee in life. And that's why I tell people, you know, just live life one day at a time. Enjoy what you have. Be reasonable, down to earth, easygoing. I will tell you, that was a hell of a trek. On the way back, I'm going to have the wind pushing me. So it's going to be easier. But I'll tell you, the first 1.75 miles, it's almost 2 miles at this point, about 1.75 miles. The first almost 2 miles, man, that's a hell of a workout. Whoo-wee. I have 15 people here, 5 thumbs up. Thank you so much. Please feel free to get any questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. I'd be happy to answer questions. I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about this topic. I mean, I can give more examples on the way back, and I will. And interestingly enough, I haven't been cut off once yet, but I'm sure I'll get cut off a few times on the way back. So if I get cut off, folks, please stick around. I'll be back. You know, within less than 30 seconds usually, or less than a minute. But yeah, Sweet Pea or Party Channel or anyone else, Lewis, Queen, or anyone else, if you want to, you know, get some questions in there, I got plenty of time to answer questions today. We can talk about anything. Give me just a second here to enjoy the beautiful view. I'm going to have a seat here for a second. That was pretty freaking intense. Folks, you have no idea how intense that was. I mean, that's a lot of wind. And when I go back and watch the replay, I'm sure I'm going to hear some of the wind coming through on this microphone here, even with the windscreen. But it does cut out most of the wind, so at least you can hear me. Maybe a little crackle every now and then, but not bad for the amount of wind out here today. And I feel that wind right now coming at me. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen in life, right? You just have to take your best chances, keep a positive attitude, and continue taking care of yourself. You know, one of the most important things also that people don't understand is you never stop taking care of yourself even though you're with someone. For example, you know, I've been with my lady almost 6 months. When I met her, I was in decent shape, and so is she, right? But what if I let myself go and gained 30, 40, 50 pounds in the 6 months we've been together because, you know, I got really comfortable and stuff, right? All right, sorry about that, folks. I got cut off. The cutoffs are coming. Like I was saying a second ago, even though I'm with my lady, I'm still living the same exact life I was living before I got with her, right? And that's another thing. Guys and gals, you should never, ever, ever change the way you are for somebody else. Now, unless you've got issues, unless you have some issues that need to be worked on, that's a different story. But never stop doing the things that make you happy. Never stop taking your walks or exercising if you were exercising before you met that special lady, right? A lot of guys, they'll get into good shape, they'll find that lady, and then life gets busy between them and work and stuff like that, that they'll stop working out and they'll gain weight. And then they wonder why their lady stops sleeping with them as much and eventually ends up leaving them, right? And your lady will tell you months in advance that she's losing attraction for you, but she won't say it in those words. She'll just give you hints like, baby, you used to walk all the time. Why don't you start walking again? You know, that may be healthy for you, right? They'll give you subtle hints. And if you don't pick up on those subtle hints and start turning it around, then eventually they're just going to walk. They're going to find your replacement and they're going to go. That's just the way it goes. So yeah, never change anything about yourself that is positive, that is good. If there's something negative that you're struggling with, yes, that's a different story. But I never stopped my walking or my exercising or anything, you know, since I've been with this lady. Give me a second here. Welcome back, Coach, says Sweet Pea 1985. Sorry if you covered this in the previous stream. I haven't caught up yet. Spectacular view. Awesome talk. I'm trying to catch up on some messages I didn't see a second ago. Hold on. It's still pretty damn windy. I've made some positive changes to my channel, Coach. Only karaoke, no drama. So, party channel. I'm curious to know what made you come to that realization. I'm sorry, I haven't kept up with anybody, and you know, party channel. You know, the sector that you primarily associate with is not a sector that's in alignment with what I'm trying to accomplish. I disrespect, you know what I'm saying. But, ma'am, what made you make that change? Did you get tired of doing all drama things and just having to deal with the drain of drama? Because here's the thing, ma'am, drama is going to get you some views and make a little money in the short term, but in the long run, it's not sustainable, and it really drains you and wears you down emotionally. And, you know, I've known you for a while. You're a very intelligent person that has so much greater, you know, so many greater capabilities. You know, I told my lady this too, and she totally gets it, right? But ma'am, you know, you got a lot of great talent that you could be using in a positive way to make a ton of money and to just, you know, do some amazing things. I'm just kind of curious to hear, what inspired you to make that change. Did you just get up one morning and said that, hey, I'm getting tired of this drama BS wearing me down? I don't know. I think that's happened to all of us. We've all been a part of drama at one point in our lives or another. And at some point, it just gets to the point of where, it's just not worth it. You get older and it's like you don't want to deal with that crap. It's too draining. How's your lady been since her life-changing event? I hope she's still doing great. Actually, Sweet Pea 1985, she's doing a lot better. I'm glad you asked. She's probably listening at work right now. And I'm really proud of her because we're going to end up sharing the story in detail down the road. This is not the right time to do it. But what I will say this, the life-changing event that happened, she may think I had a part to do with her change, maybe a little bit, right? I've always encouraged her and motivated her, right? Inspired her, right? But she did this on her own. What happened to her made her realize that it was time to turn this around. And what ended up happening to her could have been worse than it was. It wasn't really that bad, but it could have been worse. And so, there's another dead bird on the ground there because of the wind, probably. Poor birdie. Now the wind changed direction, and now I'm going against the wind again. I'm probably going to go off the air here for a few. I gotta use the restroom, folks. Give me a few minutes, I'll be right back, and I'll continue sharing the update, regarding what's going on with my lady and answer some more questions. We'll be right back. Stick around. Alright, we should be back. And the wind is still just strong as heck. Let me check out the chat here real quick. That's awesome. I'm glad she's doing good. I can't wait to hear the whole story. Yeah, it's an amazing story, and I'm not trying to even amplify it up for views and stuff like that. This is a real life story, a real life example, and her and I, once this is all said and done, within 3 to 6 months, her and I are going to start really helping a lot of people on this platform through my coaching business and all that. And she may end up even joining me as a coach too, because this woman's very smart. She's just a very, very bright and amazing woman, and she went through some things in life that affected her life for a while, and it all finally caught up to her, as it does to everyone, and she hit that point. It's the rock bottom point. And it's not rock bottom between her and I. It was rock bottom for herself, because we're good. I typically get cut off here. Hopefully I don't, but it's just amazing how quick this grew. Like this thing was just trimmed literally less than a week ago, and like it just grew green really fast. Well, we got some rain here the other day, but I mean, I guess shit grows really fast out here for some reason. It's wide open. There's lots of sun, plenty of water, probably the right nutrients and all that in the soil, and things just grow fast. It's beautiful though. That would be cool, having something you guys can grow together. Yeah, I mean, of course we want to grow it, right? You got to make money to keep things sustainable, but where our heads and heart are at, Sweet Pea 1985, is to truly really help people, because everyone deserves to have a good life. And I think everyone deserves at least a second chance at life. You know, there are many people out there that, you know, weren't blessed to have a great upbringing, or they experience some traumatic things growing up that were out of their control, and it affects their life. And you know, that's part of the reason, or the majority of the reason, that's affected my lady. And the fact that she's turned it around, it's an amazing transformation. And our heads and hearts are in it far beyond the money, right? Now, again, to be able to sustain something like this, yeah, it has to be funded, yeah, and we're going to monetize it, obviously. But I just want people to know where our intentions are at and where our heads and hearts are at. You know what I mean? Let me see. Hope everything is good. Guessing it is windy there again. I saw a live before when it was extremely windy. So O'Neely, welcome to the channel. Are you, how'd you find out about this channel? You have any questions you'd like to ask regarding personal development? Because if you don't, then you're trolling. So this is the way I'm going to be handling even my chat from here on out, you know. If people aren't here asking questions regarding personal development, then they're trolls. Because that's the purpose of my channel here. No, that's not him, Queen. Not Queen, sorry. That's not him, Party Channel. I know that's not the super troll. But it could be someone else, you know. Ma'am, the fact that you're here is going to draw people here. So, I mean, you know that, right? We don't have to go through that. It's not a big deal. I think you guys will be an unstoppable force. Speaking from experience always brings the best advice. It does. So, O'Neely, how about you tell me a little bit about yourself? You got good advice. Great. How'd you find out about this channel? Be honest. If you found out about me through some people I used to associate with in the past, just be honest about that, bro. We're good. Party Channel says, I'm not that much of a draw anymore, Coach. Only karaoke these days, no drama. So, Party Channel, ma'am, I was asking you earlier, maybe you missed that part. I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you for that. That's what's really going on. What made you change your mind? What made you change your outlook on this? Now the wind is pushing me, so I look like I'm walking funny because the wind is literally pushing me hard on my back and on my phone too, pushing it forward. Yeah, what made you make that change? Was it something you just decided, or, you know, were things just kind of shifting around regarding what you were doing? I'm just curious to know, because, you know, here's the thing, ma'am. Here's the thing, ma'am. If you've turned things around and you're seriously looking to create some greatness, you know, down the road, I'd be open to working with some of you people again, as long as it's non-drama related. And I put that out there as a good faith measure, like I've been saying, because this whole entire time, you know, I really want you and other people to know that, hey, my intentions have always been pure. My intentions, regardless of what I've done, has always been for the greater good, and I think you're the same way. See, I did a stream the other day, ma'am, and I know you didn't see it, maybe you saw a replay, but I think this is what your model has always been like, and I kind of agree with this. The end justifies the means, right? Sometimes you got to do things that are morally wrong for the morally right outcome to happen. The end justifies the means. So I've even learned to understand you a lot better regarding some of the ways you've done things in the past. I get it, right? Right? We all have learned from each other. It's been one hell of a learning experience, I'll tell you that. Party Channel says, I found a whole new community and it was already going that way. Plus you were right about how strict AdSense is. Yeah, if you're monetized right now, you're probably getting a lot of yellow icons. I haven't seen a yellow icon in like a year and a half. Now, a few of my live streams in the studio, they'll get demonetized because I think the system is just messed up. But I submitted for manual review and they're turned green within like an hour. These streams here, they never get demonetized. I think I've only had one Walking with Purpose stream demonetized, submitted it for manual review, and an hour later it was, switched back. But yeah, AdSense is strict. If you're creating drama content, you can't count on AdSense, and you can probably count on getting removed from the YouTube Partner Program. I think maybe, ma'am, you know, if you have a monetized channel now, I think now you want to protect it and actually make something out of it, right? It's kind of a motivational thing. And if that's what you're doing, then I'm proud of you. I'm proud of anyone that turns their shit around. It's nice to hear, you know? Yeah, ma'am, I understand. I understand you're still with the group. I like how you had to bypass my spam filter and the way you put it out there, ma'am. It doesn't matter. I'm not worried about it. I understand. You're still a part of the drama group, but as far as what you're doing for yourself, you've created your own entity. And that's a good thing. That's wonderful. I usually don't talk, says O'Neely. Just listen. I don't want to mess with your live and can go if you want me. No, O'Neely, you don't have to leave. I prefer people to ask questions and participate as long as they're here for the right reasons and they're not trolling. If you're here for personal development, absolutely, man. Hey, I'd love to help you, man. Love to help anybody, right? Make some good new friends too. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Now the wind's kind of calmed down a little bit. For the time being. Until I walk back to the front part. Sweet P1985 says, I think everyone makes mistakes, and if they are truly sorry for what they've done, then forgiveness should be given. No, I'm all about forgiveness. Sweet P1985. But here's the thing, Sweet 1985. I've learned out here on YouTube with certain people, right, that do certain things. You never know when you're being played and when you're not being played. I'm not saying Party Channel's playing me or anything like that. All I'm saying is that you never know, right? And all I've ever done, and this is what I suggest people to do, is just give people the benefit of the doubt until they give you a reason to not give them that benefit anymore, right? And if that happens, then you just quietly walk away and don't make a big deal out of it and move on, right? But you gotta be somewhat flexible, you know? Especially if you're trying to, you know, grow your business out here on YouTube. You gotta have flexibility and lots of tolerance, you know, for hate and people criticizing you and people trolling you and people pulling fast ones on you. And if it happens, so be it. Okay, you got me. Hey, no big deal, and move on. Let it go and move on. Because what they want you to do is feed into it and, entertain their audience, right? Yeah, if they try to pull a fast one on you, hey, okay, cool, you got me. Hey, dude, cool. Right on, we're grown-ass men. You pulled a prank on a grown-ass, one grown-ass man pulled a prank on another grown-ass man on YouTube. Digital deal, right? Good for you. Have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, right? And then just don't let it get to you, right? It's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. And when you first come out, like on a platform like YouTube, like you just don't understand that because it's just different than real life. Because some people are, instigating shit in a fake way just to create content off of you, right? I had to learn that, right? That's completely different than real life. You know what I mean? The wind is a lot calmer, plus it's hitting my back, and this is a lot better right now. And today the reception has only cut me off one time, and then I took another potty break. Let's just call it that. But yeah, this is great. This ended up being a nice walk. Got 19 people here, 10 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Regardless of where these are coming from, I appreciate all of you. Now please like this video. Smash that thumbs up whether you're here live or on the replay. Please share it out. If you have a community tab, please share it out. And if you need me or want me to share out, your stuff in the future, just get in touch with me behind the scenes and I'll help you out too. Share this out on Facebook, your timelines, your personal timelines, any group pages or messenger groups you're a part of, or privately to anyone that you feel would benefit from this type of content. You can also share it out on LinkedIn. You can share it on Instagram. You can share it or tweet it out on Twitter. That's another great place. Share it on or in your Discord. Share it on Reddit. Reddit's another great place. So many places, right? I would really appreciate your help spreading a positive message because we all need more positivity in our lives. Especially now with the crap that's happening in the Ukraine. I wouldn't even say it's Russia causing that. It's Putin. It's just Putin, right? Even Russia's own citizens aren't happy with what Putin's doing. So I can't even blame the country of Russia for this. It's all Vlad Putin. That's all it is. And I'm surprised I haven't seen any Vlad Putin soccer accounts. It's all good. Maybe the super troll finally got tired of, all the block words I keep adding to Nightbot and my back end of YouTube. And he got tired of having to wait 24 hours after he subscribes to be able to burn a sock account, right? Now, I'm wondering... All right, I'm back. I think the chat was frozen. It happens sometimes. Let's see. I got warnings for things I had on there, not my words. Things I was exposing, but my channel got penalized for it. What happened? I sub party channel, can't wait for karaoke night. Says Sweet Pea O'Neilly, I appreciate that. I'm not a troll. I'm way too old for that, LOL. Yeah, I'm too old for that crap too, brother. Party channel. Susie got monetized on her main channel. We just had our super chat party. That's great. Congratulations to you, Susie. Best of luck to you. That's awesome. Now I'm getting messages about being in here. I'll share my thoughts about that in a second. What's so wrong with being here, Party Channel? If chatting during the walk is wrong, I don't want to be right. That's great. As soon as I figure out my Facebook email, I'll share your channel. Thank you, O'Neely. Party Channel, he'll never go away. He loves us too much. He's making a new account right now, I'm sure. Oh, man, here's the thing. You know, look, again, you know, you can never know anyone's intentions, right, ma'am? And I'm not trying to question your intentions, but, you know, we've all been through a lot in the past, and, you know, obviously you're still involved with the side that had a past with me, right? So it's a fair thing for me to stay, right? But, you know, if you're here and you're being respectful, and you have been, you're asking respectful questions, you're mentioning respectful things, and quite honestly, like, here's the thing. I don't need to get something. I don't need to benefit in any way to hear someone's story. Meaning that I don't need to get paid or make money or it benefit me in some way, shape, or form. Hearing your story about you getting monetized, Susie getting monetized, you two, who were the last two people I ever thought would become friends, have become friends, that's great. That is really great, right? And additionally, you know, if you're getting shit about being here, then hey, you know, fuck them, you know? It's like, you know, you're your own individual, ma'am. You always have been, right? You go where you want to go, when you want to go, and do what you want to do. You know, and that's the one thing that I've always, that's the one thing that, I've always practiced this in life in general, but on YouTube especially, the one thing you got to learn is that, hey, you can't control where people go and don't go. They're going to go and watch what they want to watch when they want to watch it. Like, anyone that tries to control their audience from not going certain places, that's just really, really just ridiculous. I mean, that's an obvious thing. Boy, it's windy. Again. Give me a second here. It is awesome. It is great being at peace with her. She was a beast of an enemy, a beast. Yeah, but here's the thing, ma'am. You two never had to be enemies, right? Right? You know what I've learned from all of this, ma'am? A lot of the stuff that's happened to many of the people that we encountered on this platform over the last several years, it was all stupid stuff. It was all because everyone was trying to get traction. Everybody wanted the audience, right? And, you know, it was just because many of us had insecurities and you know, you know what I'm saying. I don't have to get into it, right? It was just stupid, right? And I think that a lot of the people that were a part of that group in the past that, you know, experienced many of the things that you and I and Susie and other people did, you know, I think they've all realized now that, hey, it's time to move on. It's just not worth it, right? We're getting older. We've learned YouTube. And the interesting thing is, you know, I say this as part of my coaching because we've all become stronger. Everybody's become stronger that's survived through this, right? None of us left the platform, right? And many of us consider doing it. What makes me proud is to see that you folks fought through it and you worked it out and you kept moving forward. Look, like, I know my stuff when I'm not doing drama stuff, which I don't like, is not that entertaining. It's not. It is not, right? But it's the truth. It's the truth. And the truth is what's most important to me. That's what I value the most. He never tells people where to go. I wish we had never had the conflicts that we did in the past. It was stupid. The people who wanted peace are at peace. The ones who aren't carry on the BS. Well, it's nice to hear that. It's nice to hear that, you know, most people have risen above this and have moved forward. And the people that haven't, maybe one day they'll figure it out. You know, I withdrew myself from all the craziness completely well over a year ago. And I will tell you, it's been nice and peaceful. And, you know, I'm not having panic attacks. I had some panic attacks back in those days. I think you remember some of those, ma'am. It got pretty bad to the point of where many of us were becoming pretty unhealthy. And it was taking a physical toll on many of us. It took a physical toll on me because panic attacks and emotional drain and stuff like that does affect you physically as well. It makes you sick, right? But yeah, it's nice to hear that most people have learned their lesson and they've moved on and they're turning it into something great. That is awesome. I'm glad you're feeling better. Well, I still have a little bit of the sciatica. It's very little. I'm walking a lot better than I did. You know, I've been through a lot the past couple of years, health-wise. Like, I'm not saying I'm sick or anything. I've never had COVID. You know, I've had both of my Pfizer shots and the booster. And you know, I really haven't been. I've had a minor flu every now and then, but you know, the sciatica, herniating a disc, and stuff like that, it really affected me for a while, and that's another reason why, you know, I just couldn't. I couldn't tolerate any more stress in my life back during that time, because I was trying to deal with the physical stuff, the physical pain that I was in. I'm glad you're feeling better. I have to go help. Nice talking to you. Well, nice talking to you too, ma'am. Appreciate it. Again, best of luck on your endeavors. I hope you're all doing well, sincerely. You know, despite anything that's happened in the past, it's in the past. All right. Oh, folks, the wind is back, and it's on my back right now. You can see it right here. I don't know, I'm thinking about not going on the other side because I got a good enough workout, but I'm probably going to push myself. Who else is still around right now? If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please get them in the chat. We have 9 thumbs up, 14 people here. Thank you so much for being here. Probably going to take the rest of tonight off and probably do 2 streams tomorrow and maybe 2 streams on Sunday. There have been some streams I wanted to do from the studio more professionally. I just haven't had the time and energy. I got a lot of things going on behind the scenes with family and my lady and some other stuff. And then just doing these walks 4 miles a day. It takes a lot out of you. Even though you feel good afterwards, it's like you just want to rest and relax. Oh man. So like I was saying earlier in the topic, folks. Wow, O'Neely, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. God bless you, man. I don't know if you believe. I'm sorry for what I said earlier, man. That it's not even the money, bro. It's just a thought that means a lot. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You deserve more support than what you're getting, says O'Neely. I'm at a loss for words, man. Just give me a second to gather my thoughts, man. It's been a while since I even had any super chats. First of all, man, I'm sorry about even thinking you were a troll. I just have to protect myself. No problem. I understand with all the trolling you get. Yeah. I appreciate that, man. And, Neely, it's, I've got a lot of strength, man, and I've got a lot of energy, and I fight through a lot of things. But I've never, ever experienced what I experienced out here on YouTube to get my business going. And I'm sure you know a lot of the backstory and everything. And I'm sure you know how some of these creators in the past used to use a lot of my content and made a lot of money off of my content. And, the audiences I built, they were more experienced. They were able to pull my audience to their audience. And, man, it's been... I'm really not trying to complain. I'm grateful for what you just did and how much you value what I do. Because that's all I've ever wanted to do is help people and help them by sharing my mistakes, my trials, my tribulations. And share the fact that I'm not a perfect human being. Nobody is. I just have a lot of experience, and I've learned a lot of things that if people just take the time to listen over and over again, they'll learn those principles and better their lives, right? But instead of doing that, they would rather watch drama and donate to drama, right? These people donate to people that make their lives more miserable rather than donating to someone that would make their life happier, right? Doesn't make sense, bro, and I think you understand what I mean by that. But most people don't. Most people don't because of the emotional state they're in, right? And the emotional state they choose to continue staying in. I'm one that's grateful and thankful for anything anyone does, even if they just share out a video or something, or even if they just chat in the chat, man. And some other people, on the forum, they complain when their audience doesn't donate as much. or if they don't donate, right? I've seen a lot of YouTubers like that, right? We live in a day and age where it's like people just aren't grateful anymore. And I'm trying to do my best to change that and bring back some, morality back into humanity, Hopefully that makes sense. I am going on the other side. Again, O'Neely, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right, sorry folks. Sorry I got cut off. I am back. Let me check out the chat real quick. Just keep pushing, and one day you will reach your goals. Trolls ain't shit, LOL, says O'Neely. If you don't donate to other channels, then you're nothing to them. That is crap. Yeah, O'Neely, and here's the thing. Not everyone can afford to donate, and, some people may not get value from this content because they're not ready for it, right? It's not for everyone, right? But the one thing I just, cannot respect is when creators demand donations, right? It's one thing to mention it every now and then. I'll mention it every now and then. But I always also say donations are greatly appreciated but not required. Or donations are not required but greatly appreciated, right? You never hear those people mention that, right? Now, they will be thankful when they get a donation, but even that, to me, comes off a little bit fake at times with most channels. And then you have some channels, like Tim Pool, who runs live streams and literally makes thousands of dollars on Super Chats and doesn't acknowledge any of them. Yeah, I understand it might, ruin his show or maybe slow his show down a bit, but I honestly think every donation, no matter how busy you are, should be acknowledged. Another person that's really good at acknowledging donations, all of them, is Tommy Sotomayor. I don't know if you know who he is. I'm sure you do. Most people do. He's an African-American podcaster slash YouTuber. It shares stories. He's kind of like a drama guy, but he shares real stories too. He's an entertainer slash news guy, and he acknowledges all donations. I got 5 on that. I got 5 on that. Jack has 5 on that. Jill has 3 on that. Right? And see, I respect that. I cannot respect anyone that takes money that's given for free just for talking and doesn't acknowledge it. Folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about 15 minutes. This has been a hell of a workout, I'll tell you that. I'm going against the wind again right now. So it's a little bit calmer than it was, but you can still see the waves right there. Oh, man. Anyway, so like I was saying, folks, give me just a second, I apologize. Big gust. Holy Moses. O'Neely with another $10 super chat. Thank you so much, man. That's far too kind, brother. Far too kind. My daughter just showed up, so I gotta go, bro. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good evening. Thank you for the $10 super chat as well, O'Neely. I appreciate it, man. God bless you, man, if you believe. If not, still have love for you, man. Thank you. That's very kind for your $30 in donations today. Have yourself a great weekend, bro. We'll see you in the future, man. Have a good time with your daughter. Just got to keep moving forward, folks. And the right people will find you. It's moments like these where good people find me. And they not only just share their appreciation, they show it too. You know, again, I don't expect donations or anything like that. It's part of the business, and that's how you stay afloat. But I still don't expect them. But when they happen, it's a humbling moment for me. It's a humbling moment when, you know, a man comes in here and spends 30 of his hard-earned dollars to show his appreciation. And I'm about to get blown into this damn water here because literally, like, I have like 50, 60 mile an hour winds. This is worse than it was on the other side. I hope you can even hear me. Jesus Christ. Man. I'm going to be sore tonight because I'm using extra muscles to power through this wind. All right, there's nobody at the observation deck, so I'm going to head on up there. Oh my God. You folks can probably hear at least a little of the wind. I mean, this windscreen takes care of most of it, but this is the highest wind I've ever encountered on a walk, period. I'm going to be curious to hear the replay. Again, O'Neely, thank you for your donations, man. Have a wonderful weekend. God. Yeah, when you're your own production crew. And when you do it all yourself, right? And then you've got wind and stuff. For a show like this to even be happening, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's quite impressive. Even though I guess I just kind of did toot my own horn. Oh well. Forgive me. I'm just going to sit down here for a second because I'm not going to sit at any of the benches on the way out. Folks, people are going to come and go from your lives, and you can't let it affect you. You have to understand that everyone is pretty much out for themselves, and you know, to a certain extent, you know, we're all naturally and normally a little bit selfish, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, right? But it's those people that are extremely selfish. Those are the people to be aware of. You have to have a little selfishness and have self-love and self-appreciation and self-respect, right? In order for anyone to, you know, want to be around you and respect you and believe in you, right? If you don't believe in yourself, how the hell is anyone else going to believe in you, right? It's been a great day here. Still have 12 people here. 95 minutes, so an hour 35. 96, hour 36, few cutoffs. We're probably at an hour and 34, hour 35 minutes right now. And it's not as windy right here. Probably only about 20-mile-an-hour wind. I could sit here for like another hour in this position and just enjoy the view and breathing in the fresh air and not get tired or bored. It's just moments like these, folks, that make life so amazing. Most people out there don't realize how amazing they are deep within themselves, to the point of where, you could be your own entertainment, right? You can entertain yourself. Like, you really don't need anyone else to make you happy. But it's nice when you have other people to share your happiness with them, and they can share their happiness with you. Let's start walking back and say, look, I've followed many other people on YouTube, many other coaches. I've done so much personal development on myself over the last 20 plus years, right? And I didn't like it at first either. You folks have heard me say it in the past. I didn't even like Tony Robbins initially, and now I love Tony Robbins. I use his most famous quote on my end screens of most videos. People will do more to avoid pain than they'll do to gain pleasure, right? People will do more to avoid pain than they'll do to gain pleasure, right? I've done so much personal development on myself. And, it's not easy. It's not easy making these changes. It's not easy looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I fucked up, or I'm fat, or I'm an asshole and I need to change my attitude, right? It's not easy doing that, right? But the moment that you do it and the moment that you own it is the moment you're going to turn it around. And I firmly believe that every human being comes to that moment, right? I'll call it the come to Jesus moment, right? And when I came to my come to Jesus moment, and stopped hating on Tony Robbins and started to realize I was just projecting my insecurities onto him, and I started following him and other people, I started turning things around, right? Coach Corey Wayne's been another great coach that I've been following, right? And he just has some of the best one-line zingers that I've heard. And the thing I keep saying about him is that, he's conservative. He's on the right. He's slightly on the right, and I'm slightly on the left. But I love his stuff, and I think he's a great guy. Do I agree with all his views? Some of them I do, but some of them I don't. But he's the kind of guy I could hang out with and have a civil and reasonable conversation with, despite our political, differences, right? And that's another thing I'd like to see this world become better at, is working together instead of, staying divided, It's like you have the liberals, you have the conservatives, and then you have the alt-right, right? And, these people that, are on the alt-right, they're claiming to be conservative, but they're not, because real conservatives don't behave in that way. And real conservatives don't hate liberals. They just disagree on certain things with liberals, right? It's the alt-right, low-life, white trash, scumbaggy people that attack, the left, right? You hardly ever see real conservative people attack the left. They might disagree with the left, right? Or they might call us, it's a lefty type of thing, or leftist, whatever, right? But the ones that really come hard at the left are not the conservatives. It's the alt-right. It's people that are just unhappy and miserable within themselves, right? They don't really hate us. They hate themselves. I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's the truth, right? And that's what's happening in our Congress. It's so divided, right? And Joe Biden's trying to, you know, fix things. And granted, you know, people make fun of Joe, right? Some of the conservatives and alt-right people that make fun of Joe, right? But he actually really cares about everyone despite their political party choice, right? He's a president for all Americans. And, you know, watching the State of the Union address the other night, I mean, man, he tackled everything, right? And yeah, you know, I voted for him and yeah, I believe in him, but I'm like, Joe, man, those are some tall promises, bro. Like, good luck. I'm all in. And it's not even him. It's going to be Congress that's going to hold him back because some of those things may get shot down. It's going to be up to Congress, right? We'll see what happens. At the end of the day, I just want people to learn to better get along, right? I want people to better themselves. Learn from my mistakes. Listen to my stories, my trials, my tribulations. Whether it be in the dating world, whether it be professionally, right? Listen to my stories. And avoid doing what I did to avoid making the same mistakes. And I'll also share with you folks what's worked best for me and what I feel would work best for you in any situation in life, personally or professionally. The wind has died down a little bit, or at least it's just hitting my back. I'm not really feeling it as much, so that's pretty good. Whew, man, what a walk this was. Yeah, it's a little over 4 miles, but I probably got the benefit of a 6-mile walk today because of the amount of resistance from the wind. Whew, man, I'm ready to go eat a cow right now. I probably burned 400 or 500 calories on this walk. And I really haven't eaten that much today. I had a slice of raisin bread. You know, that Sun-made raisin bread? Good shit. Don't eat it all the time because there's a lot of sugar, you know, the raisins and stuff like that. But it's good stuff. All right, folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about 5 to 10 minutes max, heading back to the parking lot. 10 in the box, 9 thumbs up. Please like this stream and share it out. Please, if you're here and you haven't smashed the thumbs up, smash the thumbs up. I don't know, like I'm in a good mood. I'm in a really good mood. I'm a little tired, but I don't know, I might find the energy to do an in-studio stream tonight. Possibly. If not, definitely tomorrow and Sunday. I'll probably do 2 streams. One from a walk and one from the studio. And I'm going to get to bed early so that way I can do my walking stream earlier, get some rest, and then do a night stream. Maybe do some more dating advice for men and women, Reddit stories. There's a lot of great stuff I've been reading on Reddit the past couple days. Some good stuff to go over that you can also learn from and better your dating lives and finally end up getting what you want and deserve, and also learn what to stay away from so you're not wasting your time. Half the battle in life, folks, is figuring out what's wrong so that way you don't waste your time regarding what's wrong or the wrong people, right? Because the sooner you can identify someone or something is wrong for you, the less energy and effort you're going to focus on it, the more energy and effort you can put into the right thing. And that's another thing that I do here. I've made these mistakes so many times in my younger days, and even to this day, I'm human. Even the best of us, people that teach this stuff nowadays, even the best of us make these same mistakes every now and then. But we've learned how to minimize them, right? So no one's perfect. Even coaches, we aren't perfect, right? But we learn to minimize our mistakes. And that's what I want to help you folks learn as well. With that being said, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. Leaving 10 people in the box, 9 thumbs up. Thank you again to O'Neely for the $20 and $10 super chats for a total of 30. God bless you, man. My apologies again for the trolling stuff. You just never know. Very kind of you. Enjoy your weekend, you and your daughter and your family. Folks, you enjoy your Friday night in case I don't come back tonight. Until tomorrow, enjoy your evening. And I'll be with you here all weekend. Whatever you need, whatever questions you have. If you have any topic suggestions, please email me. Go in the description, Coach Eli at coacheli.com, and I will get those topics as soon as possible. Okay, right now I've got the time to do this stuff, and I'll do it free of charge. All right, I'm going to just shut this down for a second and then come back and shut it down so I make sure I don't lose the internet. All right, we're back. We lost the thumb up. No big deal. It is what it is. All right, folks. Thank you so much to everyone for being here today. Thank you to Sweet P1985. Thank you to the Party Channel. Thank you to Lewis Fuller earlier. Thank you to O'Neely again for your super chats and for being here. And anyone else that I may have missed, thank you again. Have yourselves a great one, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, and as always, please, folks, please be good to each other.